Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I have a really good tip to give you guys that really clutched it up for me in this game that a lot of players don't even know how to do. And this is something that a lot of you guys have seen before but don't know how to do it, and it's clutched up for me time after time again. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do that tip so that you guys can do it as well in your games. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys have not already, make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. I am very active on there. I post a ton, so you definitely don't want to miss out. So make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. And alright guys, let's go to the video. Alright, so in this game right here, in this gameplay, it was a really clutch game. I ended up having like 13 kills or something. The ending circle, it took forever to kill the last guy. This guy was sweating super hard, but I was able to clutch it out of the zone. I got screwed over by the zone really bad. It was on the most southern side of the map, and I was kind of in a tilted area. So I was getting screwed over by the storm, and I was able to clutch it out using this one tip that I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. So the one tip in this video that I want to show you guys that helped me out so much and clutched me in this game, and it has to do with the quad crasher, and it's how to keep up the quad crasher so you can go across the map. And you've seen a lot of pro players do this, and they're able to hold the quad crasher up. They can go all the way from the bottom of the map to the top of the map in like 30 seconds. It's super quick, and it's very effective for rotating. I use it to rotate all the time from tilted towers, because normally what I would do is I would loot up tilted towers, and on the mountains to the left by Taco Shop, there's going to be quad crashers above. There's like 2 or 3 quad crashers, and typically what I would do is I would take that quad crasher, I would pretty much fly all the way over to where the plains are by Dusty, kind of on that hill area. And in this gameplay, that's exactly what I did. I went over to that area, and I got screwed over big time. There were so many teams putting pressure on me, and I got lasered a couple times. I had no shield, I had just a few bandages left, and I had a quad crash, and I was able to clutch it out of the storm. The storm was all the way in Fatal Field, and I was able to get out of the storm pretty quickly. It only took me like 10 seconds at most. So in this gameplay, I was able to drop 13 kills, which is surprising because I only came out of tilted towers with 2 kills. And one thing to mention with the quad crasher, you have to be very careful with jumping out of it, because I've seen a lot of glitches, a lot of bugs with it. And it has to do with jumping out when you're moving quickly, and you don't even have to be that high up. I've actually had a lot of deaths where I jumped out of the quad crasher thinking that I was gonna have a parachute. I don't really know why. Probably because I've jumped out of the plane so many times in season 7. But you have to be careful with the quad crasher, because if you jump out and it's moving quickly, you can get to a bug where you can die to fall damage, and it can do a lot of damage. You can take, a lot of damage, like 90 damage, or you can even take over 100 damage of fall damage just by jumping out of the quad crasher. And it doesn't have to be that. It can be like 1 foot up in the air, but if you're jumping out and it moves fast, it sometimes could kill you. So that's just something to keep in mind when using the quad crasher and doing this technique. And when you're coming down on this, you also want to make sure that you boost up a little bit so you don't take any fall damage, because you can take a lot of fall damage with the quad crasher if you're not careful. You can take like 20 to 30 damage just depending on how high you are up. So here's the part in the gameplay where I had to clutch it. I tried to get out in the plane, I got shot down. So at this point I had no HP. I pretty much had 37 HP, but I was able to have a big pot and some bandages. So I was trying to get my shields off as much as possible. The storm was coming in, and the storm was all the way in Fatal Fields. So basically my plan was I was going to wait them out, because I know if the storm's coming in, they're going to be running towards the storm. They're going to be running towards the zone. So I was going to sit back a little bit, because these guys were on top of the hills spraying the mess out of me. So I'm being careful, making sure they're not peeking too hard. And as soon as I knew that team wasn't up there, I was trying to look for that quad crasher. And the reason being, I couldn't just run there. I had 8 bandages and 40 HP. I could have ran if it was the first circle, but since it's the second circle, as soon as it closes, it's going to be taking 2 damage. And getting on the storm when it's taking 2 damage is very difficult, because you spend a lot of time healing up in your bandages. So this guy was just ziplining across, and I went for a few tags on him because I knew he wasn't going to turn around. Probably wasn't the smartest idea, but I'm looking for the quad crasher. I come down here. At this point, I'm at 20 HP, and I have to go for that quad crasher, and I have to go to the zone from it. And I knew the other team was pretty far off, so they weren't going to turn around at any point. So here, I was just building up a little bit, and that's what you want to do when going for this. And exactly how to do it is you want to build up at least 3 high. You can even do even more. You can do like 5 high. So you want to build up at least 3 ramps high. And what you want to do is when you're going up with it, it's really important that you don't use any boost at all until you already went over the ramp. And when using the boost, you only want to use half boost. If you guys don't already know with the quad crasher, you press the left bumper once and it's going to use half of the boost. But if you press and hold it, it's going to use full boost. boost. So you always want to use half boost. So you see me going up and you don't want to boost to after you get over the ledge. And what you want to do, the trick to it when you're keeping yourself up, is you always want to make sure your quad crasher is in an angle where it's always pointing up a little bit. And you guys can see how I can't even see the bottom of the map, I can't even see the ground, because you always want to make sure that your quad crasher is pointing up, because as soon as you tilt it in a downward motion, that's where it's going to come down to the ground. Here, I'm going to show it one more time. So you want to go up at least 3 high on ramps, and as soon as you get over the ledge, you want to lean back and then use your boost. And the last thing to keep in mind is you always want to use that half boost, and you always want to make sure that your quad crasher is in it upwards, or always tilted upwards. You can bring it down a little bit, but I wouldn't bring it down any more than 45 degrees. As soon as your quad crasher tilts down, or the second you look down in a sense, that is when your quad crasher is going to come down. So that's what you want to do, and that's exactly how you hold this thing up. And it clutched me out because I would not have made it out of the storm, or I probably would not have made it out at all if it wasn't for the quad crusher and if it wasn't for doing that technique. And with that being said, I really don't think this is a tip that very many players know how to do. And a lot of players have seen it before, a lot of pro players do this, and it's very effective for them. It's really good for rotating. A lot of players do it in scrim lobbies or anything where they need to get across the map very, very fast. It still works. It's been out for a really long time. And this is something, if you guys don't already know how to do, I think it's just a little extra tip that could really make a huge difference on your game, like it did in this game. Because if it wasn't for that technique, like I said, I would have definitely died of the storm, or maybe even had like 1 HP coming out at most. So that clutched up for me, and so this is just a little something and a little extra tip that you guys should put into your game that I think that can make a pretty big difference. And one thing that I do, the rotation that I usually run, for you guys who want to know, is most of the games, I would say 90% of my games, I'm going tilted towers or retail row. But when I go tilted towers, which I mostly do, when I go to tilted, after I loot up tilted, so I finish up tilted, I kill everyone in tilted, what I do is I go towards the quad crasher, which is right above the taco shop. And the taco shop is kind of on that left side of tilted. I don't know how to explain it, but the taco shop is on the left side of tilted, and right above it is a hill with quad crashers. And what I do is I build those 3 ramps up, like I said, and that's how high you want to go to do it. So I build those 3 ramps up, and what I do after that is I take the quad crasher from tilted towers all the way to the plane area in Dusty Divot, because planes are very, very effective in Season 7, and something that I pretty much always in every single game. Because if I see a plane, I'm going to get in it every single time. I've had so many kills. I would say at least 50 kills this season with the plane. That means shooting people with the plane, running people over. I've had so many kills. I've destroyed a lot of teams. Really good for third partying and destroying build fights. So I'm always trying to get into a plane. So from tilted towers, I go straight from tilted to the plane area. And also is, if you don't find planes over there, you can go all the way back, because you can move very quickly across the map with the quad crasher. And if you really wanted to, you can try to get the planes. There's another plane area. It's kind of close to where the soccer fields are behind tilted, in that direction. Just to the right of that, you're going to find another plane location, and not too many people go there, so you're bound to find a couple planes right there just laying around. So one other thing that I would like to mention about the quad crashers, I mentioned a little bit earlier, and that has to do with fall damage. So when you're coming off of the quad crasher, or when you want to come down when you're all the way up, what you want to do is you kind of want to let it coast down a little bit. You don't want to use any boost at all, and as it's coming down, right before you hit the ground, not even right before, I would say maybe like 25 or 30 feet up in the air, before you hit the ground, you want to lean back, and then you want to use another set of boost. And this is the boost that's going to catch you from taking all that fall damage. So you're going to hit the ground, you're going to go very, very quickly, but you're not going to take a ton of fall damage at all, or take any fall damage at all, which is the most ideal case. Sometimes you can get screwed over and take a little bit of fall damage, but that's basically what you want to do. Just a little bit before you hit the ground, when you're coming down, you just want to use a little bit of boost, and you can use a little bit, or you can use all your boost. It doesn't really matter in that case, but all you want to do is just use some boost to catch your fall, so you don't take any fall damage at all. And with that being said, that is going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this video helped you guys learn how to do that. If it didn't, just try to rewatch it, try to figure out how to do it. But that's the best tips I can give you guys when it comes to learning how to do this. It's really not too hard. I learned it in maybe like 30 minutes tops. It didn't take me very long at all, and I've gotten pretty good at it since. Definitely looks a little bit harder than it actually is, but keep practicing. I know you guys are going to get this tip. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my notifications so you're notified for each and every single new video. And alright guys, I will see you next video.